No.
All right.
All right, we're recording.
Yes.
Hey, good morning, everyone. If everything goes right, you're seeing this Friday morning, which is like tomorrow morning. That's why it's right now Thursday afternoon. We are at a separate location. We're actually in Las Vegas with some special guests. They'll be showing up sometime soon. No, I'm just they're here now. So let me introduce my sister and my brother-in-law. You guys, people that have been watching for a while, you know who these people are, but you guys reintroduce yourselves.
I'm Rene.
I'm Steve.
I'm Vicky.
Bye. That's it. We're all done. No. So I don't have my fidget spinner, so I have a tangerine instead. Keeps my hands busy. Anyway.
You go for the banana, we're shutting it down.
Yeah, that's right. Then we're in trouble. So tell us about yourselves, guys.
Hey, it's vacation time. Time to get out of the snow. We came down from Anchorage and get some sunshine, a little pool time, a little gambling. Not been lucky yet, but we will be. Yep, and we carve signs. That's what we do.
Okay.
And Happy Boy here, he does all the selling and
I don't
do
do
the
any
carving.
carving anymore. I just do the selling.
And I do the carving, yep. Do
So-
all the finishing.
So how do you guys go about selling your signs? What's your marketing guru advice?
Yeah.
Come on, Mr. Shy Guy.
Just talk to people. Most people don't want to talk. They just sit there and try to sell. And if you just talk to people about normal stuff, and if they like your product, they go for it.
So you guys, I know the last time you guys were on video was when Dad and I came up to Anchorage, and you guys were doing the was it farmers market?
The weekend market.
The weekend
Saturday,
market.
Sunday weekend market in downtown Anchorage.
Gotcha.
All summer long.
And but it just runs during the summertime.
Correct.
Gotcha. But now evidently there's a kind of a twist on it, that because of the COVID thing, that kind of the owner lost that area or something.
Right. We have they gave up the big spot downtown, which was a big hub for the tourists. So now they have relocated, which is only 5 minutes from our house, which is wonderful, at a mall parking lot. And it happens to be the biggest mall in Anchorage, so that's helpful. But there's still availability for the tourists, but a lot more local. And hopefully this will be the first year doing it, so hopefully it'll be success. Last year with the COVID, it was just kind of a hit and miss, touch and go type of thing. But this year with the new location, and there's going to be a lot of media coverage because it is a new, and the Diamond Center Mall in Anchorage is the biggest mall. And they have a lot of people following, a lot of vendors inside, of course, a lot of merchandise people. So
Yeah.
and that's actually where Steve usually sets up during the winter.
Right,
When-
for the
when
Christmas season and
Right.
stuff.
Yeah,
we're
I'm
normally
in there
inside
about
the
4
mall.
months of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
And-
been
And the
In the
market's
80s.
talking about trying to get shuttle buses to run from downtown, from the hotels out to the Diamond Center.
Oh, really?
yeah.
if
So
that
there'll
works,
be the tourists will be there. It's just maybe not as prominent as it was before. And that's even saying they're going to be coming in because who knows with this COVID thing.
Right.
Hopefully everybody will get their vaccine and
Yeah.
be more comfortable to travel.
So that brings up a question. When the tourists came downtown, when you were downtown at the market, did most of them come on like cruise boats, or were they flying in,
It's
or was
about
it like
a
a mixture?
50-50. There's
Really?
a lot of the ships are there every day coming into either to Seward or to Whittier. Then they're busting into Anchorage.
Gotcha.
It's
So
going to
you
be
guys weren't near the harbor,
No.
so to speak, where the boats were.
There's no boats
no.
come into Anchorage. They
Oh,
all-
no, there were, but they weren't. The days they came in was not the days that we were set up.
But it's
They
only
come in
like
a
one a month.
Mondays. Yeah,
Okay.
but what it is now is that the cruise ship industry
Yeah.
is still crushed,
Yeah.
along with the driving through Canada for people that want to drive on their vacations,
Because
and
the
a
borders
lot
are
of
still
people
closed.
do.
Because of the border.
Yeah.
still closed.
So there's still
Ah.
issues with the COVID situation. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Where this is going to be another touchy year.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be more successful because things are starting to open up.
Yeah.
And last year, I mean,
It was kind of a write-off.
well,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
everybody got hit so hard
Yeah.
that, yeah, and they didn't, the fairs were all canceled.
Yeah.
So I mean, it'll be better this year. We
You know,
can only hope.
we were talking about this earlier for you guys specifically because you're selling signs. I didn't even think about that. I always think of signs from a tourist standpoint. When I was in Oatman, most of the people were always tourists,
Right.
and it never was that big a deal for me. But for you guys still sold
We're selling.
more people to the more stuff to the
We're
locals.
good at least
Yeah.
70% locals
Yeah,
and at the most 30% tourists.
yeah.
And then,
yeah.
you know, we have our website too. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of, we get so much repeat business. God, we've been doing this since the 80s.
Yeah,
So it's helpful to have that website and, you know, that they email along with Colin, but
yeah,
with the website, that's also, and then our contract people, our merchants, our real estate brokers, you know.
I was going to ask you about that.
And you know the
'cause-
houses are selling like crazy. I don't understand it. Supposedly people don't have any money, but the housing market is exploding.
even
lot-
in Anchorage.
Even in
Oh God,
Anchorage.
it's never
Really?
slowed
And we're
down.
talking, you know, the median houses there is $250,000.
Really?
You know, 250,000 is
Cheap,
just like
that's
a
cheap
regular house.
fixer-upper.
Really?
And then the RV sales, we just picked up an RV dealer,
Yeah.
and he has, I mean, he's like our best customer, 7,
Really?
8, 9 a month.
So how do the signs get marketed through the RV dealer? Does the owner of the RV buy the sign, or is it a gift?
No, it's a
that they-
gift.
See, that's the deal right there.
Yeah.
That's the
He
ticket.
tells us like
So-
the
so-
Manning family with 2 pictures or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
And so
they-
the salespeople are buying the sign from you as a housewarming.
Yeah.
gift.
Same concept
Yeah.
as a real estate broker.
Yeah.
They give their customer some kind of a gift, a thank you gift.
Yeah.
And that's what this is. When they buy those, and I'm gonna guess they're 20 grand or more, those
Oh,
RVs.
gosh.
I'm
Yeah.
just guessing.
Yeah. No.
Then they give a little.
That's a tiny little box is
Yeah,
20
well,
grand.
Yeah, the day
Most
before-
of them are 50
they're all
or
and they're
above.
all brand new.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
So
yeah.
how did you end up getting this dealer as
He ordered one from me at the Diamond Center Mall.
really?
Just a normal sign for himself.
Yeah.
And then one day he came back in, we started talking, and he said, you know, I had just sold a couple
RVs.
RVs to these people. I'd like to get them a sign.
Yeah.
And it's been going crazy. In fact, the
That's so
day before we flew to
Vegas.
Vegas here, he emailed us, ordered 7.
Yeah.
And that's what he does, 7 to 10 at a time. You know, at $50 a shot, it don't sound like a lot. It's actually more
It
than
does
I
sound
want
like
to
a
make.
lot to me.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what,
Yeah.
it's been crazy, and he's been doing this. He was one of our best customers during COVID last year because he was selling the heck out of all those RVs.
Really?
I'm
People
like,
can't fly out of the state back then, so they're all camping in.
Yeah.
yeah, they're
RVs.
doing the staycation thing,
Yeah.
and they don't want to staycation and just an old beater up, I guess, or
Yeah.
tent. They were buying, and it's still going.
Well,
It's-
even when Vicky and I were up there, and when Dad and I were up there, when we were traveling, there's so many RVs on the road.
Oh.
It's a
During-
caravan, yeah.
during the summer, during the nice months, RVs everywhere
Yeah.
because everybody, and I didn't even realize that people fly in and then they rent an RV just to drive around Alaska.
And that's what they're doing this year. And well, they did it last year too, but this year, all the RV rental places,
yeah,
they're like sold out.
really.
And so that's why people are buying.
Yeah.
Even locals are buying and then having them stored or whatever.
Yeah.
But people are still doing the staycation. I mean, they're it's opening up a little bit more now, but that was the big deal.
Well, and even when Vicky and I were up there again, Jimmy and Susie, they
Mm-hmm.
actually rented an RV from a private owner, kind of like
Yeah.
an Airbnb, but
Same
it's
thing.
an RV.
Correct.
That you can.
And it's
you
quite
can-
a bit cheaper
so,
that
Yeah,
way,
and so you get kind of the best of both worlds.
Right.
You get a much cheaper version, and what that thing was like a floating hotel.
It was,
rolling
and then
hotel.
you
Yeah.
don't have the house, the boat payments, and
Yeah,
the RV
yeah,
payments,
exactly.
and all that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
good deal. But yeah, so hopefully, I mean, I hope everybody stays safe out there, and I feel bad for the people that, the lives that have been lost, and some of them were our customers. And I mean, it's a sad state of affairs, but all we can do is hope.
Yeah.
That's all we can do.
Yeah.
Fly to Anchorage and they'll take you fishing.
There you go. There you
Oh
go.
boy, you just opened up a whole can
Oh man,
It's on now. But yeah, and the thing that you don't hear a lot of people that lost their lives, but there's people that literally got so depressed because of the loss of their job or lost
Right.
their income or whatever.
Yep.
There's, you know, suicides up. I mean, it's pretty.
Well, and the
it was
income,
really
that'll tell
bad.
you right there.
Yeah.
With the availability to carve a sign and the wanted commodity is there. People love signs
Yeah.
that show their ownership,
Yeah.
the pride of their ownership.
Yeah.
And right there, that second income, what they call a second income, could actually be your primary
Yeah.
income.
Yeah.
And anymore, that's so important.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're getting unemployment or you have a retirement. You got nothing to do. You're kind of thinking, oh gosh, you know, I should be out there building birdhouses or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Making these signs, holy cow, you just
Yeah.
cannot. And I know it's our family business. You know, you guys do it a little different than I do it.
Yeah.
And, you know, Ryan does a little bit different. But, man, it's a wanted commodity. It never has ended. I mean, we've been
Yeah.
doing it since the 80s. Dad's been
Yeah.
doing it since Jimmy was little.
Yeah.
And it just never ends. People like to see their names.
And
in
it doesn't
wood.
take very many orders to make a decent look.
And that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So,
And most people have either retirement or, you know, I know most of our watchers have maybe retirements or
Sure.
you know, or full-time incomes, but having a second gig or a third
Exactly.
side hustle,
It was fun meeting
not
people.
a bad thing.
Right, and it was
Yeah.
fun
Yeah.
meeting people.
Oh yeah, there's nothing like
Yeah.
making a sign and handing it to them.
Yeah.
That's what I miss about Oatman more than anything else is that interaction of handing somebody the sign that you just made for them.
Maybe we can come down for the winter months and we can do the open
That's
thing.
right.
yeah, we're
There
we're
you go.
looking to become snowbirds. Man, I'll tell you, that snow in Anchorage is about killing this old 68 and 73-year-old. It's about time.
Yeah, I don't know how you've done it all these years. Yeah. How we doing on time, baby?
You're about 11, 12 minutes.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Well, we're still good, but we'll. What else? Any advice for wannabe sign makers? I mean, you've just given a whole slew of marketing ideas. So, and you know, I've talked about that for a long time, and I've talked about with my audience that I knew you guys were working with real estate people, but the RV thing that was kind of new.
Yeah,
didn't
I mean, it was
realize
new
that.
to us
Yeah.
too. So,
Yeah.
so you know, think about all the lodges that need signs, and it's not like any kind of lodge. But they put up more areas where they're little cabins.
Yeah.
Little cabins
Yeah.
in a lodging area.
In the
There's
goose
a
cabin.
there's a sign.
Trout cabin, you know, all these
Right.
places have names.
Yeah.
Just
We made
contact.
we made a bunch of signs for what was the name of that resort we did up there in Fairbanks area? I can't remember, but gift shop signs. Any kind of area where you think it might need a sign,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, you know, and the thing is, we talked about RVs. Even if they're in an area where there's a lot of boating going on, a lot of people like to have signs for their boats.
Right.
You know, whether it's a transom sign,
Right.
or it could even be for their slip where they keep their boat.
Right.
A
Even
lot
something as simple as with their number on
number
it.
on the dock.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We've
So
done for
There's so many different ideas, and you know, it's endless. Whatever you have around you, there's probably a market for signs.
Exactly.
You just have to kind of keep your juices flowing.
Well, and two, you know, how did we all start? We set up a flea market. We set a table up with our examples of our signs, carving them right there. That's when Steve did hand carve, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
You make yourself a display. Even the little cutesy signs with the little, you know, sayings
Funny
on it.
things on
You know,
them,
make a bunch of those up and tag them with just one price, $25 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I use scrap wood.
Yeah.
You know, that's the
Cut-offs
nice.
from
That's
the
the
other
nice.
stuff.
I have a 22-inch sign I'm doing on a 30-inch board. That
Yeah.
extra piece,
Yeah.
I use that for a $25 or $20 sign.
Yeah.
There's money right there.
That
and
pays
I'm-
for everything
That's
else.
and I'm not throwing it away. So
Yeah.
that's also another idea. We get a 3-footer that we have to do on a 12-inch.
Yeah.
On a 3-foot sign, you know, we get $185 for that. Whether it's got pictures or whatever. Well, now on this 4-foot piece,
Yeah.
I've cut 3 foot,
Yeah.
and it's $185. Well, I got another piece. Well, I get $95 to $100 for that one square, 12 by 12.
Right.
Whether I'm putting Boston Red Sox. Oh, by the way, I love that shirt. Cause
Thank
you like
you.
show that off.
Yeah.
Seahawks, Seattle Seahawks or whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes a face image
Yeah.
or a logo
Yeah.
of a business or whatever. So
Yeah.
there's, I mean, there's so many ideas.
Yeah. It's
It's
just
just-
endless.
yeah.
It really
You
is.
just
There's so
you don't
many
give
ideas.
up. Just
And you need a lot of displays.
well, and the thing is,
Well,
You
that's-
have to show a lot of stuff because people don't realize what you can put on wood.
Well,
You can do
and a
almost
picture
anything.
book. Take
Yeah.
photographs of your signs. Take photographs. Make a photograph book, and that way, if you don't have the room for so many displays,
Yeah.
you actually have a photograph to look at that they can see.
and give them ideas.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of gets their juices
Right.
flowing. And the more stuff that you have that they can, and especially if you have some of the sayings that are maybe funny or something like that, the more you can get a smile on their face, the
Oh,
better
gosh.
off it is, and the more stuff that has color on it that they'll stop and look at
Right.
just to read the signs. The longer
Exactly.
they're there, the better your
And that's
percentages go up as far as sales go.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
right.
Cool.
Have those signs popular,
Huh?
absolutely,
Okay.
with the color.
All right, Vicky says we're running out of time, so great stuff, guys, as always.
Good to
Great.
be with you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys came and joined us in Vegas, baby.
Yeah. And if everything goes right on Sunday, I haven't told you guys yet, but on Sunday, Dave's Senior Moments, we may be doing something where Dad's telling stories or whatever, and it can be, you
And Jimmy will be there.
and Jimmy,
Yeah.
Jimmy will be there, so that'll
My
be
son.
kinda cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it'll be 4 generations.
Yeah, the first 4 grandson Jimmy
No,
is.
wait, no, 3 generations. No, there won't be 4, right?
Just be three.
Me. Oh, it'd be 3.
Yeah, 3. Unless we throw,
One of your grandkids.
yeah,
in
unless
there.
we throw Sophia in there. Anyway,
Put Jackson Xander in there.
yeah,
Yeah,
throw
yeah.
another generation in there. Anyway, thanks so much, guys. It's so much
Oh, it's
fun.
great.
Yeah, and we're gonna go to dinner tonight. We're gonna maybe go see a brand new casino that's opening. And
Virgin,
yeah,
yeah.
what's it called? Virgin or
Virgin.
something? Yeah.
You know, like Virgin
Hotel.
Records, you know,
Yeah.
like Virgin.
Virgin
Hotel.
Airlines. Is it a Branson thing? Is it
I don't know.
Richard Branson? Because he
It says
started
Virgin.
Virgin Records.
Well, it's just
Virgin
like
Airlines.
his, it's
Yeah.
just like his logo, so we'll
Yeah,
see.
I bet it is Richard Branson.
Good.
Interesting.
Let's go
All
make
right.
some money.
We're out of here, guys. Thanks so much. And if you have any questions for Rene and Steve, send them an email. Shoot me the email. I'll send it on to them. And I hope this was helpful. I just love these guys. And hopefully this summer, if it all goes well, we'll do another one from their
Alaska.
place.
Yeah.
I
That's
want to get
right.
up to Alaska, get up there and do some fishing. Anyway, we love you guys. Thanks so much. Say goodbye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Have a
See
good
ya.
one.